All right, put a one in the chat if everyone can see my screen. Can everybody see my screen? Put a one if you can see my screen, please. Can you see my screen? All right, cool. So let's go. So when you come into Go Cup, this is how your screen is going to look. When you come into Go Cup, this is how your screen is going to look. You have the notification button right here. This notification button is basically letting you know when a pending teacup has triggered, right? Or activated, pending activation, right? When a pending order has activated, it lets you know the broker, the currency pair, and what time frame, and when the pending activation order was placed. So right here, xm.com, CAD-JPY on the 4-hour, 3 minutes ago, there was a pending activation. Pending activation means that the scanner gave you a teacup. It gave you a sell limit, gave you a take profit, and a stop loss. Doesn't mean it triggered, that means it's pending, right? Another example, right here, you have Trader's Way, AUD CAD on the 4-hour chart. 4 hours ago, there's a pending activation order that formed. So that's the notifications right now. Also, it gives you news notifications. 3 hours ago, there's news, interest rate. I don't know, it doesn't give you what currency pair, but, oh no, it does. CAD JPY 3 hours ago. So it gives you news, also notifications there. If you can't hear me, log out and log back in. Right here we have the chat room. So you can chat. I'll start being on this more and more as I finish my tour. I'll definitely be on the chat room all day long with you guys discussing teacups, right? And going over the pairs. The recordings, you can go to the channel, my actual IMO TV channel, click on event post, and then all the recordings will come out there. So now, that's on the screen. So on the top hand side of the screen, you have important news, be cautious. So when you see a red circle emblem on the left hand side here, right? That means news is coming out, be careful. Blue teacups means future pending teacups. So this teacup right here that you see on my screen, this blue one, that means in the future, right? Price can come up to this teacup, right, level, and then the scanner will give you a sell limit, take profit, and a stop loss for that teacup. If you can't hear, log in and log back out, because it looks like I'm fine with when it comes to, it looks like everything's working. So right now, you see a pending teacup, a pending activation. That means that you can actually place that order. You only place orders for the purple or pink teacup, however it looks to your eyes. You're only going to place orders for those teacups. You don't trade nothing else. You don't trade the blue. You don't trade the gold. You trade the purple pink teacup. That's the only one you trade. That's the only time you're going to place a sell limit order in. And then you have your gold teacup that lets you know the teacup already activated. Right? That pending order is not pending order no more. It's actually in process, in motion. Your arrow lets you know the entry point, lets you know what candlestick triggered the teacup. That's why your arrow's there. Right? Now, this is how your screen looks. On the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to have, on the left-hand side, well, I'm recording this, I'm recording this, so I'll send out the recording in a bit. Yeah, you know what it is? I'm in a hotel. Hold on, give me 1 second, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, hold on. Give me 1 second, let me see something, hold on. Yeah, hotel Wi-Fi is the worst, guys. It really is. Hotel Wi-Fi, I don't even know why they have Wi-Fi. It's just that bad. So now on the left-hand side, you have here, subscribe to notifications. Select broker. So let's go to subscribe notifications. So when you come to the screen, it gives you a written statement how to subscribe to your notifications and what does that do. These notifications will be a browser notification. By default, they'll alert you every hour. If you change the settings below, you will have only notifications for the settings you choose. What does browser notifications mean? Anytime you log in, you will receive notifications for 4 hours without having to have the browser open. So you know how you logged into Instagram and Facebook through the app? You can log into GoCup, and you, even if you're not using it, as long as you're logged in, you'll be able to get the notifications. Now, we are working on for you to get the notifications through email, which I spoke to them yesterday, and they promised me that it should be up and running by Friday without you being logged on, right? So the email, like I said, the email notifications are a few days away. We have a video here showing you how to use the notifications, right? Now this must turn into green. So you must hit subscribe. And it depends on the browser too, because sometimes on different browsers, it don't work. You know, so you have to check what browser you're using. Maybe on Safari it might not work. It might work on Chrome. So as you can see, mine isn't working on, this is Explorer. So just maybe you have to use Google Chrome. It's gonna be like the swipe trades notifications, like that. Same thing you get on swipe trades, like that type of notification. So here you put your email to the email that you want the GoCup scanner to send your notifications to, right? Put your email, submit. Now here, it says, how often do you want to receive mail? Once per every 30 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours. I tell people like this, if you don't want to miss out on nothing, have a notification anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour. Get a notification every 30 minutes to 1 hour. Yeah, you can still be in that one USD JPY. So now here, you come down here, now it has your brokers, right? Has your brokers. Now you can customize this. So what broker you want to get alerts from? Let's say I want to get alerts only from Pepperstone, right? So I click on Pepperstone, and I can click like this and get alerts from all the currency pairs, all the different time frames, the hour, the 4 hour, the daily. Or I can customize it where if I only trade, let's say I only trade the pound pairs, I'll just click on the pound pairs. Boom, boom. I'll click on all the pound pairs for all the different time frames that I got for the teacup strategy, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, and then I will only get alerts from Pepperstone for the pound pairs. I'll click on the 4 hour time frame, and I can do that with all the brokers. If I only trade pound pairs, I can get just alerts from all these brokers only on the pound pairs. So you could customize it how you want it, which is pretty cool because some people might just trade 2 currency pairs. So you could just customize it where I just want alerts from those 2 currency pairs. So that's pretty cool. So make sure if it doesn't work for you, you see it ain't working for me, I'm gonna have to use another browser, which is probably gonna be Google Chrome, maybe Firefox or Safari to upgrade to change that, right? So I can get the notifications. But you must subscribe to it to get the notifications, right? So now let's go back to our screen. So now here's gonna say select broker. Yeah, sometimes depending on the broker, it could be off. We're gonna make a video. No, you can put as many brokers as you want. You can pick as many brokers as you want for the notifications. We're gonna make a video on how to unsubscribe to the notifications. So that should be up by tomorrow. So let me wait for this to come up. So let me go select my broker, Pepperstone. We're trying to add more brokers, but it's like you have to get approved by the brokers. So it's not as easy as I thought. I thought it was just 1, 2, 3. It's not that easy. If you notice, we have the same brokers on Gold Cup that we have on the Harmonic Scanner because those were easy to get approved. Let me update this page. Yes, once you get the email alerts that you don't need to be logged on to Gold Cup, you will get, as you can see, my personal teacup calls. I've called 4 teacups the last week, on my sessions. I even did a free session for my team on Monday, called out AUD, USD right at the top, teacup. Boom, it went down like 80 pips, 100, I don't even know, like it went down a lot of pips. So yeah, you will be getting my personal alerts soon. If I can ever get this to work. Well, you know what? Let me share my screen. This doesn't want to work. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Okay, so everybody sees my screen, right? So now let's get to trading now. That was Gold Cup. Let's get to trading right here. No, sometimes if I'm traveling, I usually take early flights. So if I'm traveling, let's say it's a Tuesday or it might be a Sunday or a Thursday, those are the days that I'm on, and I'll make up the session. So today I'm doing the session for yesterday, and then I'll make up Sunday session maybe Friday morning or something like that, like probably Friday 7 a.m. I'll do another IMO TV session to make up for last Sunday. Why I make my calls live on my sessions because I want people to be the proof that I called it live. I like calling it live on my sessions. Does everybody see my LQD screen? Everybody see my screen? All right, so let's get to some trading, right? So the teacup strategy. Now, real quick, if you haven't purchased Gold Cup, you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't purchased Gold Cup. Why? Because Gold Cup in the last, since it's been out September 25th, 2 months now, every week it's been profitable. Whether you take teacups or whether you take the Gold Rush side, which is Luke Longmire's side, Luke is doing every week consistently 250 pips to 400 pips on gold. Honestly, he's doing like 300 to 400 every week on gold. So if you're paying the $22.57, right? If you're paying that, you're going to make your money back with one call that Luke gives you. Yeah, I try to put it also on Pipto, but sometimes the pip talk don't be working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what's going on, right? So sometimes that happens. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes I don't know. Because a lot of times Luke puts his calls on pip talk, but sometimes people can't log in. You know, some people can't log in. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna make videos on Go Cup strategies. I have 2 people coming on that teach Go Cup, so they're gonna be coming on with their strategies on IMO TV. Look for them. Please look for them because they're gonna show you how to use Go Cup in a different light, and it's gonna blow your mind. Trust me. Appreciate you buying Go Cup. So yeah, let me make sure nobody's running on the screen. All right, so all right, let me just so let's get into some trading. Let me show you the T-cup strategy real quick, and then we're gonna get into some live. Who wants to do live trading? Put a 1 if you want to do live trading. I say everybody wants to do live trading. All right. You just got to go to IMO TV, go to Forex, go to English, then go to Go Cup. It's going to be just a session for Go Cup. All right, so let me show you the 4-step strategy to the T-cup strategy, right? So this is what I called yesterday on Monday's session, right? Now, there's 4 steps to the T-cup strategy. Make sure you're with me. There's 4 steps to the T-cup strategy. Does everybody hear me? There are 4 steps to the T-cup strategy. How many steps is there to the T-cup strategy? How many steps is there to the T-cup strategy? 4, exactly, right? So step number 1 is identifying the bullish and bearish candlestick. Now, everybody knows what a bullish and bearish candlestick looks like, right? Your first candle, you want it to be a bullish candlestick, followed by a bearish candlestick, and you want them to be basically even here at the body, at the top. See right here, the body, you want them to basically be even at the body, right? Bullish, bearish. Or I usually have a Monday session for the team only. I usually do a Monday session for my team. So first step, bullish, bearish candlestick, even at the body. Don't have to be perfectly even, but you want them to be as close to even at the top of the body. That's step number 1. Step number 1. Step number 2 is identifying the third candle. So this third candle right here, you want this third candle to be either a lower low or lower high, right? So in this example, it's a lower low. It's lower than the previous low candle. So if it's a lower low, you basically want the third candle to be lower than the second candle. Does everybody understand step number 2? It's either going to be a lower low or lower high. In this example here, we have bullish, bearish. This is a lower high. This is a lower high. That means that it created a lower high. This high is lower than the first candle. The third candle, if it's a lower high, has to be lower than the first candle. That's a lower high. So we got a lower low here and a lower high here. Cool. That's your second step. The first 2 steps of the T-cup strategy are the hardest. First 2 steps of the T-cup strategy are the hardest. Is identifying the bullish and bearish candlestick. Then the third candle has to be a lower low, lower high. In this example here, it's a lower low. In this example here, it's a lower high. So now, once you get the first 2 steps, does everybody understand the first 2 steps of the pattern? Put a 1 if you understand the first 2 steps of the pattern. Okay, step number 2, right, on the 4-step strategy of the T-cup is you want the third candle. You see you got 1, 2, this third candle has to be either a lower low or lower high. You have to know what your lower low is and your lower high are. Have to know what that is, because that's step number 2, is identifying the lower low or lower high. So in this example here, it's a lower low. The third candle is lower than the second candle because they're both red candles. So they both bearish candles. So if they're both bearish candles, you want the third candle to be lower than the second candle. Here, it's a lower high, right? So you want this candle, which is going to be on my screen a blue candle because those are my bullish candles. I'm going to want this candle, which is a lower high, to be lower than the previous high candle, which would be this one right here. Bullish, bearish, lower high. So this lower high has to be lower than this last previous high candle, right? That's step number 2. Now, those are the first 2 steps. Identifying a bullish and bearish candlestick, even at the body. Step number 2, identifying a lower low or lower high. Once you get those 2, steps 3 and 4 are the easiest thing ever, right? You're going to come here, place your resistance line at the body. Sorry, messed up there. At the body of the bullish and bearish candlestick. You're going to place your resistance line, drag it, put it at the body of the bullish and bearish candlestick, right? Now, there is one exception to the rule. If one of these 2 candles has a wick, everybody knows what a wick is. This is a wick right here. This is a wick right here. If one of these first 2 candles, your bullish or bearish candle, has a wick longer than 15 pips from the body, right? From the body. If it measures more than 15 pips, that wick, you're going to place your resistance line in between the body and the top of the wick. That's only if one of the first 2 candles has a wick that measures more than 15 pips from the body. That's the only exception, right? So now, have you ever noticed anytime you put a resistance line, is attached to what? A price. Anytime you put a support line, it's attached to a price. So once you place your resistance line at the body, no, 15 pips up, 15 pips, 15 pips. So anytime you place your resistance line, now if it's 15 pips, you can still put it on the body. Anything over, you do it halfway. So once you place your resistance line at the body of the bullish and bearish candlestick, that's going to lead you. Oh yeah, the middle. Yeah, the middle would be 7. I'm sorry, the middle would be 7 to 8 pips if it was 16. Change this color right here. I want to change. Let me get another color here. Let me get a nice dark color here. Blue. Let me change this arrow color. No, we're only doing resistance line. I'm just giving you. I'm just telling you something, but no, we're doing only resistance line. Let me go white. Let me go the opposite of this. So right here, put it to the bullish and bearish candlestick. So now, once we place our resistance line at the body of the bullish and bearish candlestick, that's going to give us our sell limit price. That's going to give us our sell limit price, which is step number 4, placing your sell limit price. So let's go here. So your sell limit price, which I gave this to my team on Monday, was 0.73906. So that was your sell limit price. 0.73906. That was your sell limit price. So then what happens? What happened when it actually came back around to your sell limit price? What did it do? What happened? What happened when it came back around? What happened? Boom. What happened? Formed the teacup activated. Right? Now, check this out though. Check this out. Look, I'm gonna show you something. I also, on that webinar, gave my team, because I saw the setup. So basically, I did the webinar at 9 o'clock. So when I did the webinar, it was like around these candlesticks right here. So I told my team, listen, there's two teacups. There's one right here. There's one right here, bullish, bearish, lower low, and then there's one right above it. So I told them, listen, being that we have a 30 pip stop loss, right? So let's see from this teacup, from the lower teacup to the high teacup, how many pips is it? It was 12 pips. I said, listen, this is what we're going to do. Teacup strategy. We're going to take this first teacup here at 73. Let me write it down for you guys. .73779, first teacup, right here, right? So I told them, listen, we're going to take this teacup right here, bullish, bearish, lower, low, and we're also going to take this teacup right above it, because we have a 30 pip stop loss. Even if we take this teacup right here, we have a 30 pip stop loss, which puts us somewhere right here. So let's take this teacup to make sure we get in the trade. And if it comes up to our teacup right above it, we're only going to be in 12 pip drawdown because we still have a 30 pip stop loss. So let's take both teacups. So now many people took this first teacup at 0.73779 right here. So I put the arrows in. We took this first teacup right here. We took that teacup right there. And we took the one right above it. Because if we got in here at 73,799, we was only going to be in 12 pip drawdown. We still got 18 pips for it to hit our stop loss. So we took both teacups. So let's see how many pips we got. The first teacup under it. And I told them you can either take the 25 pip take profit, or you can ride it to the gap. What's the gap? See here on Sunday, this gap right here. Everybody sees this gap right here? Everybody sees that gap? I told them we could either take the 25 pip take profit, or you could ride both of them to the gap. So where was the gap going to be? The gap was going to be right here. It had to be filled right here. This was the gap because this closed on Friday and they opened up all the way up here on Sunday. So you had to fill the gap. So I said, listen, we could take 25 pips for each teacup, which will make us 50 pips, or we can ride both of them to the gap. So let's say you roll both of them to the gap. Cool. First teacup, the below teacup at 73,799 to the gap was 64 pips. Then the teacup above it that I told them to take also to the gap was 76 pips. 64 plus 76 is 138 pips. We would have caught. We caught on Monday, just off of those two teacups. Nice, right? Sorry, 140. My bad. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist, see, to make money. See, I'm the prime example that you don't have to be smart to make money. See that? Look at that. Boom. Okay, but don't worry about it, Pocahontas, because with these email alerts, you're never gonna miss a call, especially my calls. You're not gonna miss my calls, so don't worry about it. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try to see if maybe I could get on at night. Maybe that would work for most people if I could get on at night. Okay, so great question, Ash. So if we catch a teacup on the 1 hour, we want 25 pips. 4 hour, 50 pips. I'm gonna write this down in the chat. 1 hour, 25 pips. 4 hour, 50 pips. Daily, 75. Stop loss is always 30 pips. No matter what time frame. Stop loss is always 30 pips no matter what time frame. Because if you lose a teacup and you hit stop loss, which is your 30 pips, I want you to get those 30 pips right back on the next teacup. That's why no matter what time frame it is, it's going to be a 30 pip stop loss, no matter what time frame it is. Because I want you to get the next teacup, get it right back. So, okay, no, that trade already has happened. You can take when it comes back around, right? Because once, I'm going to show you something real quick, how we take teacups. Once the first teacup hits take profit, what you're going to do is you're going to put another order in for a sell limit for it to come back around. So what you're going to do, what does that mean? Once your first teacup hits take profit, then you're going to go place another sell limit for the same exact price. So for example, if we just took this teacup up here, this was the first teacup, boom, it triggered. Hit your take profit. Now we're going to place a second order for 0.73906, and we wait for it to come back around and eventually get up here. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get up there today. Might get up there next week. I'll go over that in a second. It might get up there next week. But you always take 2 teacups per zone. Zone meaning sell limit price. But you only take the second teacup once your first teacup at that price hits your take profit. Does everybody understand that? Once your first teacup at 0.73906 hits take profit, then you come in, place another order for this teacup to come back around again. Boom. So you wait for it again. Everybody got that? We only take 2 teacups per sell limit price. Everybody understand that? Okay, cool. Let's get, got some smart people in the room today. All right, so now the moving averages that I use on my screen are the 50 and the 4. The 4 is a simple moving average. And the teacup not to take. Okay, hold on. The 4 is a simple moving average. We don't take the third teacup in the zone. The third teacup in the zone we don't take. The 50 moving average is exponential. Everybody got that? everybody got that? Cool. So I use another strategy, right? The 50 and the 4 moving average strategy. 4 is simple, 50 is exponential. 4 is simple, 50 is exponential. Who here knows about the 4 and the 50 moving average strategy that I use? Put a 1 if you know about the 50 and the 4 moving average strategy that I use. All right, before I tell you about the strategy, real quick, can you put my teacup discussions group chat, Telegram group link in here? Can somebody put my teacup discussions Telegram link in the chat box, please? Make sure you get in my teacup discussions Telegram group. Can somebody put the link up for it, please? Thank you. That's my Instagram right here. I am Lisaldo Tavarez. That is my Instagram here. Follow me. Yeah, teacup discussions group. So that's my Instagram. Follow me there. I am Lisaldo Tavarez. Okay, so now the 50 and the 4 moving average strategy, which again, Gold Cup is going to start sending you alerts when the 4 and the 50 cross, right? Guys, I tell you, if you don't have Gold Cup yet, make sure you subscribe and pay. I think it's $22.57. It's well worth it. It's your business. You know, you got to spend money to make money. And trust me, if you're getting, let's say you're getting 300 pips a week, like you've been getting from Luke's side, which is Gold Rush. Let's say you don't take no teacup side of Gold Cup. You only take Luke's side, which is Gold. If he's doing constantly 300 pips, and let's say you have a 0.10 on each trade, that means that every week he's giving you $300. If he's giving you if he's doing 300 pips consistently since Gold Cup launched September 25th, if you have a 0.10, you have a 0.20, he's constantly giving you 300 pips a week. So you're making $300 just off of him every week. And the app is only $22.57. So is it worth it? And I'm not even talking about my side of the app. Oh no. We make a lot of money with teacups. We make a lot of money with teacups, but it's just putting in perspective that if you don't want to take teacups, you could just take his gold calls. And hey, 300 pips a week from him, I'll take that every week. 300 pips from him every week, I'll take that every week. Trust me, I will. With no problems. Right? So yeah, don't slack. Because you got to understand, to make money, you got to spend money. In order to make money, you got to spend money. And this is your business. So if you want to make money, you want to be profitable, it's nothing to pay $22.57 and make it back in one trade. It's really nothing. So now, the 20 and the 50, the 50 and the 4, sorry, the 50 and the 4 moving average. Cool. So now, anytime the 4 moving average, which is the white moving average on my screen, anytime the 4 moving average crosses the 50 moving average on the way down, right? When the 4 moving average right here crosses the 50 and they connect right here, we're going to place a market execution sell. So anytime the 4 moving average, right, crosses the 50 moving average, we're going to place a market execution sell. So if we would have placed this market execution sell for this 4 and the 50 moving average, let's see how many pips we would have got. I'm gonna give you another sell limit for AUD. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you another sell limit. So right here, it crossed. If you would have had a market execution sell, you would have got at least, look at that, 73 pips. Would you be happy with 73 pips? Yes or no? I post all my trade signals live. I like to do them live. And if I have a free call, I do post it on the Telegram group or my Teacup Signals group. If anybody has a Teacup Signals group link, put it on also. So again, the 4 moving average is simple. 4 is simple. 4 is simple. 50 is exponential. Real quick before we keep on. So now you're gonna ask me, okay, so but Lisaldo, hold on, Lisaldo, where do we place our stop loss? Cool. We place our stop loss 15 pips above where they cross. So if they cross right here, let me zoom in a little bit. Oh my God, I'm thinking this is trading view. So I'm sorry, my apologies. Thinking this is trading view. So wherever they cross right here, I'm going to put my stop loss 15 pips above it because I'm only going to risk 15 pips. So what's my take profit? Oh, listen, you control your stop loss in this, but if I'm on the 1 hour, my live sessions are right now, IMO TV. I'm doing a Zoom because the OBS isn't working and we was having trouble. But using IMO TV, I do my live sessions. You know, I might do a Zoom. I'm gonna start doing a free Zoom every week for everybody. I'm gonna start doing a free Zoom every week for everybody. I'm gonna pick the day, probably Monday night. Yeah, for the 450 moving average is 15 pips. Only the teacup, we do a 30 pip stop loss always. So we'll put our stop loss 15 pips above from where they cross. Because we only want to risk 15 pips for the 450 moving average. But look, we risked 15 pips and it never came close to your stop loss. It just kept going down. Now, example number 1. Example number 2. Let me get a better example. Hold on, let me get a better example. Let me go to a different time frame. Perfect, right here. TP for each time frame, I'm gonna give you that right now. So when the 4 crossed the 50 on his way up here, we're gonna place what? When the 4 crossed the 50 on his way up, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Place a buy. You're gonna place a buy. So now we're gonna put our stop loss 15 pips below from where it crossed. $15 pips below from where it crossed. So our stop loss would have been here. and it never hit our stop loss because obviously this crossed and this started going up. So it never even got close to our stop loss. So 15 pips below where they cross on the buy, we're going to put our stop loss, right? So if we would have caught this here, that gave us 148 pips. Now on the 4 hour, I like to go 50 to 100 pips. I like to write out for 50 to 100 pips. You can use, I would tell you use the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily. The higher time frame, right? The higher time frame, the more pips is going to go in that direction when they cross. So let me ask you something. We're on the 4 hour chart. What else do you see on this 4 hour chart? What else do you see on this 4 hour chart? What else do you see on this 4 hour chart? Let me see if you guys pay attention. Yeah, Denny has 15 pip stop loss also. What else you see on the screen? Come on, let's go. What else you see on the screen? What else? Come on, what else you see on the screen? Exactly. Exactly. The 50 and the 4 on the 4 hour cross what direction? Down. So the 4 and the 50 crossed on the way down. So what would you do here? Exactly. So sell. So what are you waiting for? Sell, guys. Sell. What are you waiting for? Sell right now. What are you waiting for? So you see that, especially on the higher time frame, you're going to want to sell. Because ultimately, this AUD USD is coming down to here, minimally. It's coming down to this support. This is its first stop, which is this support right here, which will be a nice 37 pips. And ultimately, I think it's going to come down to here, where you got this engulfing candle. So I think ultimately it's going to come down to here, where it engulf these candles. So if you place your sell, you might want to write it all the way down to here, which would be 50 pips. Of course you sell right away. Of course. Of course you sell right away. Yes, you're taking a sell right away. Remember, you're only going to have a 15 pip stop loss. So where they cross right here, your stop loss would be 0.73224. 73224. 73224. Stop loss would be 73224. 73224. 73224. Stop loss. I don't worry about dojis. I don't worry about nothing. I just, when the full cross to 50 on a higher time frame, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. So that's your stop loss for this trade. 73,224. So if you lose 15 pips. Big deal. It's not a lot of pips. But the reward is even higher because you could get, if you take it to your first section, first point, which would be here, that's still going to be 30 pips. Take it here, it's going to be 50 pips. Because look, guys, look. Take profit is what you want. It could be either 30 or 50. So just look at it. I don't want to give you an actual take profit. Just look at it. Because here, when the 4 and the 50 cross here, it gave you 147, 48 pips. Right here, it crossed now. You get it at the beginning, right here, can give you a nice, easy 30 pips to your first take profit, or your second one would be 50 pips. So your first take profit would be 0.72641 if you want to take profit, 0.72641. That'll be your first take profit. $0.72641 would be your first take profit. Your second take profit would be 0.72393. So you can use those two take profits. So now what's going to happen is, because obviously you can't be on the charts all day looking for the 4 and the 50 to cross. 0.72397 will be your first. Matter of fact, just look at these support and resistance line, these support lines. This first support will be your first take profit. 0.72645, that's your first take profit. Second take profit will be 0.72397. Right? So now, yeah, I lost my thought what I was saying. Sheesh. I was saying something there. Stop loss is right here, people. 73,224. That's your stop loss. Oh, I was saying about the 50 and the 4 yeah, you can't look at your charts all day. So what's gonna happen is that Gold Cup, if you subscribe, yeah, that's your stop loss right here. This right here is your stop loss, people. This number right here is your stop loss. If you subscribe to Gold Cup is gonna start giving you alerts when the 4 and the 50 cross. Gold Cup is gonna start giving you alerts when the 4 and the 50 cross. So remember, the higher the time frame, guys, the more accurate the 50 and the 4 moving average strategy is. The higher the time frame, the more accurate the 50 and the 4 moving average is. I need you guys to understand that. The higher the time frame, the more accurate the 4 and the 50 moving average is. We're gonna make it where you customize it to what pairs you want. You can have it for all the pairs, like all the major currency pairs and their crossings, or you can just customize it. Yeah, the take profit is the first one, 0.72645. That's your first take profit. Second take profit will be 0.72397. That'll be your second take profit. So we took a live trade today. We ain't take a teacup trade, but we took a 50 in the 4 moving average trade on the 4 hour, which I like. The 4 and the 50. 4 is simple, 50 is exponential. That's what I use. Stochastics, 14, 17, and 3. Guys, the second take profit is right on your screen. Where the line's at, 0.72397 is your second take profit. This first line is your first take profit. This second line right here is your second take profit. Okay, so when the 4 and the 50 moving average cross on the way up, the next teacup you don't want to take. Perfect example right here. Look. Perfect example. This was a teacup here. Bullish, bearish, lower low. Came back around the first time, it triggered, it dropped. But the second time, the 4 and the 50 crossed. So we would have took the second teacup here for this one. But look, the 4 and the 50 crossed, and look what happened. Shoop. So this was the nearest teacup. Once the 4 and the 50 crossed here, this was the nearest teacup above it. So that one we would have taken. We would have took the first teacup right here. This was our first teacup. It came back around and dropped. We got our pips. But the second one that we would have took again, we wouldn't be able to take it because why? Once the 450 crossed, this teacup was the nearest teacup. And look what happened. Right to your stop loss. So that right there is a perfect example of what not to take when the 450 cross. So guys, that's my time. I will see you guys tomorrow again at 7 a.m. We'll go over this trade. We'll see what happens. Which teacup? Hold on. What teacup? Daniel Hill. What teacup? What, this one right here? Why did I like this teacup you're talking about? Well, this first teacup hit take profit. This first teacup here came back around, triggered, hit take profit when we're on the 4-hour. Take profit on the 4-hour, we like to do 50 pips. It did actually 66. Now the second time I would have taken the second time, but once the 4 and the 50 moving average crossed, I wouldn't be able to take the second teacup. Because this was the first teacup. Once it hits take profit, we come back, place another order for the second one, but the 4 and the 50 crossed, so that basically negated that teacup. All right, so if you're on Gold Rush, he actually sends it through our Gold Cup teacup, our Gold Cup Pip Talk. That's where he sends the signal at. You have to be subscribed to the Gold Cup Pip Talk. Yeah, this one will be posted to Pip Talk. So guys, right now, if you took the 4 and the 50 moving average for a sell, you should be in profit. Yeah, sometimes, listen, I couldn't get into my Pip Talk today to announce that I'll be on at 7 o'clock. So I get it. I think it's down right now. This is just an arrow that you use. So if you took, who took this 50 in the 4? Who took the 50 in the 4 moving average sell trade that I told you to take? All right. So you should be in profit. You should be in profit. All right, cool. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Spread the word, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Back on IMO TV, right back here, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'll explain. I always explain the first couple of minutes, like the first 30 minutes, how to use the app. So get on tomorrow and I will explain to you how to use the app. I'm not sure about that. I wasn't the one who made that 100 to 1,000 chart, so I wouldn't know. So, guy, enjoy your pips. Enjoy my free teacup call. Well, not teacup, my free 4 and 50 moving average call on AUD. Thank you. If you got to that Miami event, man, it was crazy. Stochastic settings are 14, 17. 14, 7, and 3. It's right there, 4, 7, and 3. Right there. 14, 7, and 3. Those are my stochastics. All right, so I got to go, people. Enjoy this trade that I gave you, and I will see you tomorrow. Lex Wave is up now. Make sure you get to Lex Wave session. You have to write in the 50 moving average. You have to write it in.